many people, they go through course careers or they go through whatever training, Google professional certifications, and they, go after one job. And then they don't get that job and they get so defeated, so deflated, and so forth. It's because they're putting all the eggs in one basket. Guys, I'm gonna tell you like this: in sales is like real life. Sales is like real life. It's like the interview process, right? You're going to get knocked down. You're going to think you're going to have a job and you're going to pass every single check mark that you think you're going to pass, and they're going to say no. Okay. And for many of you who have that, who don't have the tenacity and the determination to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep applying. I'm gonna keep applying. I don't care how many times I get to no, I'm going to get a yes. If you have that sort of determination, you're going to be really good at sales, guys. You're going to be really good at sales. If you don't have that determination, you think that you're going to be passive and think that people are going to come to you because you have a good product or you think you have a good product, you're not going to do good at sales. You're not going to do good in getting your next job either, right? So I want you guys to be, aggressive with your approach in applying for roles, but also when you're in sales, knowing that you're going to take bumps and bruises, but you have to continue to move forward. Determination, guys, determination. Yes, you may have checked all the boxes and the customer gave you buying signals, but at the end of the day, if they don't select you, it's going to be deflating, but you have to look at it like this. You learn and you have to continue to move forward to get that other sale. If you are deflated, you're going to screw up the rest of your year and so forth. I've had it. I've done it. I've been in those situations where I thought all the check boxes were made. I'm like, oh, we got this. And I even committed it to our executive. And all of a sudden, it doesn't happen. Why does it happen? They go with somebody else. Why? Because we didn't have that executive relationship that I thought we built, right? I'm deflated. I'm hurt, right? But that doesn't stop me from closing the next transaction. And that shouldn't stop you from closing the next transaction either. So determination is a big one. Being goal-oriented is important as well, too. So making sure that you consistently are going towards closing deals, getting to your quota, knowing the steps that you need to take in order for you to get there. How many calls you need to make, how many emails you need to make, how many client touch bases you need to make. Those are really, really good, skills that you need in order for you to become a good account executive. So hopefully you guys have took some notes on that one. Well, and I'd say one last one. It's the ability to present. Presentation skills is very, very important. So I'll hit those over again. I said, presentation skills, being goal-oriented, being persistent / determinate, being a person who has high empathy, having negotiation skills, and those are skills that you can learn over time as you're in, challenging discussions, going through contracting with your customers. Having high empathy and having really good listening skills are the skills that you need in order for you to become a very good account executive. Okay. Think about your journey. Think about who you are as a person. How can you gain these skills, right? How can you gain these skills? And I mentor quite a bit of folks who are in the SDR role and want to get to that account executive role. And I can tell you this right now, it's no different than playing a sport. You want to be around the stars, right? So if you're an SDR and you're working with an account executive and you're putting meetings on his calendar, you have to put yourself in the room with that account executive. Try to get on some of his meetings. Talk to him. Set up a weekly touch base with this person to understand how they are performing. What are some of the challenges they are going through? What are some of the wins, some of the things that they do good that they're getting feedback from the managers on? You want to become very, very close to the high-performing account executives, right? When you're in the sports, let's just say you're just getting to high school, right? You're on the B team or some sort of junior varsity or the freshman team or something like that. In order for you to become very, very good, you have to be around some of the people who are starters. You have to be around some of the varsity players, right? Even if that means you going to open gym to see how they conduct themselves in the weight room, you have to be there and you have to invest that time into being in the same room with these individuals. Same thing if you're an SDR, you have to be around the people who are performing. So try to get into the rooms, try to seek mentorship. If you don't know any of these people, look on LinkedIn, try to network with individuals using the LinkedIn to just pick people's brains and learn. Matter of fact, we have quite a bit of people who are in sales and SDRs in this Black Heights community. If you're looking to get into sales and you want to be in a community where you have people who are at the account executive SDR roles, join the Black Heights Patreon, www.blkheights.com, and you'll be able to join the Patreon on there, or you will see the Patreon link into the description of this actual video. Join the group. We have other members that are part of the Patreon as well, outside of sales, that are doing some fantastic things, from cybersecurity to cloud engineering to, project management and so forth. A fantastic group of individuals that I'm very, very proud of, that continue to be an example of what I wanted to see in the world, right? And that's what I built the community around. And we have some very, very special, talented individuals that I learn from on a daily basis as well too. And you can take advantage of that by being part of the community and reaching out to these folks. But that's what I wanted to talk about, guys, from a account executive. Well, I would also say this, because I want you guys to think about this as well too, as you think about going into sales. The account executive role is probably going to be one of the most flexible roles that you ever have in your life. Not only can you make a lot of money, I'm going to tell you like this, you can make a lot of money in sales, but you're going to have a lot of flex time in your life. What do I mean by that? Well, you're responsible for setting up all your appointments, your meetings, your travel, and all that sort of stuff. Nobody's going to do that for you. So if you are a person who, is crushing it early in your year, let's just say you hit quota within the first 2 quarters of your year, you can really, and in some aspects of it, take a back seat and chill for a month or 2, or for 2 months, or for how long you want to, right? Just make sure that your pipeline is continuing to be monitored and you're consistently staying on top of your meetings. Because if you go 2 months, or let's just say you crush your quota in 2 quarters, you have 2 more quarters left in the year and you chill out. Well, you got to think about it. Another year is going to roll around really, really, really fast. And if it takes 4 months to get a deal going and for you to close a deal, you want to make sure you're staying in line and have your pipeline up to date, and that you're bringing in business, because you can have a really good year and all of a sudden have a terrible year if you don't monitor your pipeline. That's what's responsible. And that's why I say you're going to have a lot of flexibility as an account executive. You will have a lot of flexibility, guys. You don't have to wake up and talk to anybody. You don't have to wake up. It's a choice for you to make your phone calls. It's a choice for you to get on team meetings. It's a choice for you to go and hunt. It's a choice for you to try to sell additional products. It's a choice for you to do it. It's your job to do it, but it's your choice to do it or not. So you're going to have a lot of time on your hand, and that's one of the things I love about the role. It's, as I tell you guys, and I'm openly transparent with you guys, it's the most stressful job I've ever had. It's the most money I've ever made in any of my professional careers. But it also is the job that gave me the most flexibility and allowed me to spend a lot of time with my family. And you can work from just about anywhere. You can, be, in country clubs, golf courses, vineyards, drinking wine at noon or 11 o'clock. You can be on your boat. I've worked from my boat before, right? So you can do it the way you want to do it and structure your day the way you want to structure. But my advice is to make sure that you're on top of your schedule. And time management is a very important part of that. And organization is a very important part of that as well, too. So that's what I wanted to talk about from an account executive perspective. I wanted to just hit on that one because many of you guys want to get to that role. Many of you guys want to be an account executive. Many of you want to get into sales. Many of you are already in sales, but you're not into tech sales. And a position for you will be that of an account manager or an account executive. If you are already in sales and you've been doing sales for quite some time and you just haven't done it in tech, while you are learning the basics of sales with the SDR course, like Course Careers or something along those lines, which I advise for you guys to learn and learn the foundation of sales by, learning what an SDR does, because that's going to be your foundation. That's going to be your foundation so that you can talk to sales lingo. And go do the interview process for an SDR, but also know that while you're, seeking the role of an SDR, you're really trying to showcase that you are a seasoned sales professional. You are a seasoned sales professional because you've been doing it for quite some time, although it may not have been in that industry. So you can potentially bypass the role of an SDR and go directly into an account manager or an account executive if you showcase your talents and you have a good foundation that you can speak to. So that's what I wanted to hit on first, guys. And the role of an account executive, I know I've been rambling on for quite some time regarding that role, but I wanted to make sure that I hit it. And if you guys have any questions on it, do leave that in the chat, and I'll get to that by the end of this show today.